Hi, all. Good morning. Yeah, we'll start the session now. Yeah, first of all, welcome to the first demo on mastering Snowflake with the AWS and Snowflake. So I'll quickly introduce myself. My name is Venkatesh. I have around 8 years of experience in data engineering and AI stuff. I currently working in one of the major US bank uh, in Bangalore. So I have completed my Yeah, I have completed my master's from NIT Trichy. So this is my brief explanation about me. So today we'll start with the topic of Snowflake and AWS, the training session. I will present you the first demo on this particular training. So we'll quickly go through that. So, so we all know, right? Mostly we are using Snowflake and AWS for just a minute, wait. Yeah, sorry. So we all know, like currently we are current market trend. We are using Snowflake, AWS, many cloud technologies. Day to like we listen, but plenty of job openings are coming up with the cloud technologies, right? So what they will do with these particular technologies means mostly they will do data engineering and data analytics and AI stuffs. So most of the jobs in current trend they are related to data engineering, right? So what we do with Snowflake means we'll also do data engineering and other activities as a data admin role, and as well to host any particular Snowflake job, we need to learn uh, like few of the services which are required for Snowflake developer. So what we learn? So we learn in AWS most of the services which are needed for data engineer. So first we will start with what is data engineering. So what is data engineering? As you know already, so it's the process of designing, building, and maintaining maintaining systems that allows, sorry, that enables, that will be the correct word, collection and nation and analysis of data. So it start with data collection. So as you know, the data in every system, like if you're running any business, the data will be in different system, whether it is from RDBMS, from flat file, Excel file, from APIs, web APIs. So there are plenty of data sources which are available. So whenever you are doing any data engine activities, your technology should support all these sources to pull the data to your existing system. So this is the brief definition of data engineering. So as a data engineer, you need to gather the data and then you need to transform the data as per the business standards, and then you need to analyze after that, whether if you are storing the data in OLAP system, right? That is data warehouse. So that time you need to decide whether how my system looks like, whether it is fit in star schema or whether it is fit in Snowflake scheme. So you need to like, anyway the data architect will provide which schema will fit for this business, but as a data engineer you should decide, like you should know uh, how my data looks like, how to load my textual data and numerical data in particular table, how to form a relationship. So those stuffs you need to decide, and then analysis of data is pertaining to that area. Okay, so this is the data engineering, about data engineering, and we just now discussed the different systems, right? Different database systems available in the any system. If you take, there are two major database systems which are available. Because why we are discussing about database systems means, so in most of the activities which we are doing with the data engineering job, which we will always will deal with database systems only. 70% of the time, 70 to 80% of the time, we will connect with database and we'll pull the data from there. So that is why we need to learn how, like, what are the different database systems which are available in the current market. So we have majorly two database systems which are available. One is OLAP, and we'll start with OLTP first. OLTP and OLAP. So these are the major database systems which are there. So what is OLTP? Online transactional processing. So what is meant by that is, so it's basically designed for day-to-day transactions. Day-to-day transaction, let me tell, like, it is day-to-day operations. So it is the database system, right? So what is in a database? It's a collection of your all the data in organized way. So whenever you are having any kind of data, you always, if you are loading into RDBMS, right? RDBMS, you all know, like, it is a relational database system. So the data it exists in this particular system will be in structured way always. But the source data might be, it is structured, semi-structured, or unstructured. But when when the data existing in RDBMS means it's always structured data, means tabular format, rows to columns to rows, in that manner. So these two systems will deal with structured data, right? Means after injection, after data injection, so these two systems comes in. But in that particular systems also, we have two different database systems, that is OLTP and OLAP. So that you need to understand. So this each system will be having its own requirement. So OLTP designed for day-to-day operations. Day-to-day operation. What it means? So I'll give you one example. Whenever any particular business is running, that particular business is running some of the customers amount. For example, whether it is bank, so the bank will be having the various customers, right? It will provide ATMs to that particular customers. So whenever as a customer withdraws some amount from ATM, so immediately the balance will reflect, the remaining balance or total balance will reflect in his system. So how that much fast and that much reliable data is reflecting immediately to his system means, so those data in an application, the application will pull those data from OLTP. Means it's kind of large amount of data sits in one particular system. Large amount of data sits in a system. So these servers are very faster. So this large amount of data sits in a particular system or a data lake. Can you let's take a data lake. So all the way you need the data in live drive. So lively you need this particular requirement. You withdrawn some amount, the particular balance immediately within fraction of time it should reflect in your application, front-end application. So where the application will pull the data means it is from OLTP database systems. So these systems are designed in such a way that they are uh, they are the data should be sits very largely. The data should the system should handle very huge amount of data, as well as these servers are very faster and reliable. So in such a way that it is designed. So there is one more system which we call OLAP. Online Online analytical processing. So as you know, in OLTP, the data sits in the table, like minimum tables will use to sits the data. But whereas in OLTP, online analytical processing, what it means, in this OLTP, we won't do any kind of analysis. Means analysis in the sense analytics job. Like if any business is running, you want to know where my business sits in as of today. You need to compare month over month, or you need to compare with other business. You need to compare many products, how my products are performing. So those kind of stuffs related to analytics. But in OLTP, we always deal with live data. Means the numbers. What is my current balance? So at the end of your month only, you will get the monthly statement of your account, right? But in each day, you won't get it directly. But only the current means for front end apps, right? It needs a snapshot of your current transaction. So for that requirement, you need to the front end apps will connect with the OLTP systems. But whereas in OLAB, right, it is purely analytics way. Means the database systems are designed in analytics way. Analytics way means we have mm, like data existing in textual and numerical form, right? So every data. So we need to form a relationship between textual and numerical entity, means transactional entity and textual, the permanent data. And these systems are designed in such a way that they are star schema. Uh, uh, these systems are star schema or snowflake schema. So that star schema, snowflake schema in detail we'll discuss in our course. But this is mainly designed for analytics and reporting. So and also, so OLTP, right? Whenever you do a transaction and after a month, you need always a live data, right? So these systems will erase some of the historical data from their system because they don't need, because they always deal with live data, right? So they don't need historical data. But whereas in OLAP, it deal with historical data, because if you want to do any analytics, you need the data from years. Then only you can compare year over year, month over month, last five months transactions. So those kind of analytic stuff you need to handle. So these servers are OLTP servers are very faster, but the database systems are in very less size. But whereas OLAP systems are very huge in using data size. And was historical data. What's historical? So we understood the difference between two different systems which are available, right? So, but where our snowflake will sit. The snowflake sits in OLAP. So the snowflake sits in OLAP means it handles all your historical data and it's designed for analytics and reporting purpose. So that you need to understand. But the difference will come in below. So this OLAP will holds all your historical data of your business, right? It works as the warehouse for your data. So warehouse you might hear for like many purpose. Warehouse many like in the meaning it is having huge number of entities. It's hold it warehouse hold huge number of entity into it. And in simple example, a shopkeeper running a business in a town, in a market, he won't keep all the items in the in his shop, right? Because the shop size in every market will be in lesser size. To keep all the weekly items or monthly items in one particular area, he will search for a big house and he will place over there, and day to day he will pick from there. So that is warehouse. That room is warehouse for his business. So similarly, this is warehouse for your data. So that will call data warehouse. It's a collection of data. Let's say historical data. Historical data, right? In simple words, it's a collection of historical data. But the Snowflake is cloud data warehouse. What is meant by cloud data warehouse? That we need to understand. So what is meant by collection, cloud data warehouse? So cloud data warehouse, a data warehouse hosted on cloud instead of on premise hardware. So what it means? So cloud data warehouse is like it's collection of data, all your historical data, but hosted on cloud instead of on-premise hardware. So as we seen like in like before and before trend, we are like the data in every business held by a virtual machine, which is in big capacity and big size. So that handles all your warehouse capabilities of your business in traditional warehouse. Traditional method. What is meant by traditional method? Traditional method is we will all having data in VMs, virtual machines. So that will fetch the data in like from various softwares, right? MS SQL, Oracle, and MySQL. So there are many things which will handle all your data in traditional way in virtual machines. So these technologies earlier we used. But all these technologies will use only SQL language, right? SQL code, SQL code to handle all your data. In Snowflake also we'll use SQL code only, but only thing that differentiate from traditional warehouse to cloud data warehouse is the cloud, the method of holding your data. So here we are using AWS S3, Azure Blob, and GCS. It is a storage service which is offered by Google Cloud, right? So these cloud platforms we will use, the Snowflake will use to save your data here. But whereas in traditional method, it uses virtual machines. So what is the advantage we will get when we saved in cloud and virtual machines? So when we save the data in cloud, you no need of maintenance, right? Maintenance, and security. These two are very important. Maintenance and security. So whenever you are having virtual machine, you need to keep some space to it, and you need to allocate some of the engineer to it to handle some of the virtual machines. And you might not know the virtual machine when it crashes. You might get data loss, and you need to maintain backup hard disk, and there are lot of maintenance work involves if you are maintaining virtual machine. But when the data is in cloud, you no need all this activities, because the data always in cloud. So it always gives the data in very quick manner, and you no need to bother about the data security and data loss. You no need to infrastructure you no need of infrastructure, separate infrastructure to build your virtual machine and everything. So those things will reduce by using if your data managed by cloud. So that's why many of the companies are transforming their traditional warehouse method to cloud method, because of this is one of the reason for that. So as we know, it is cloud data warehouse. Snowflake is cloud data warehouse. Only the differentiate it from traditional warehouse is the data will saves always from data we will get always from cloud. So that is the cloud storage platforms which is currently offering. The main cloud platforms are AWS S3 and Azure Blob. These are the services, storage services which are offered by AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud. The Snowflake can hosted from these three, and we can do the Snowflake related activities. So that you need to understand. And it is SaaS method. I mean, it offers soft SaaS, right? Means software as service. So it offers, Snowflake offers software as service. What it means? So whenever you are starting any project, you need database system first, and then resources. All these terms, all this you need. So if you are Snowflake, like if you any technology which offers software as service, it is easy to start your project, because you no need to design your virtual warehouse, and you need to bother about where the server design and other capabilities, infrastructure management and security. So those things and all you no need to bother about, because once you get any account from Snowflake, so it handles everything, whatever the required infrastructure and the backend needed. the Snowflake itself will take care. So that's why it is software as service, means you no need of any physical system or anything. So once you get the account, it will allocate some of the storage to your account, your Snowflake account, and it offers everything which you required for data engineering project. So that's all you needed, right? Whenever you are starting any project, so it offers everything. So that is about software as service. This is software as service model, Snowflake. So yeah, so we discussed about what is Snowflake and what are the different database systems. If you have any doubts till now, you can ask me. So yeah, I think no doubts. Yeah, anyone having doubts?
No, sir.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, then we discussed about AWS. So all the data engineering stuff will deal with Snowflake, but some of the services we need to learn from AWS. As a Snowflake developer, it is must and you should learn one of the cloud technologies which are offered, which will offer the storage services, right? One of the cloud services you should learn as a Snowflake developers. That's why this course will cover AWS services for cloud data engineering. Okay. So what is meant by AWS? It's the cloud provider, right? So as you know, so it also offers similar functionality like Snowflake, but few of the services which are not part of Snowflake can also offered by AWS. For example, let's say storage service, which is not offered in Snowflake. The Snowflake will take the again these third party providers use, and it will provide other services like compute and data engineering and other services Snowflake will handle, but the storage layer alone will take from third party providers like AWS and Azure. So but whereas in AWS it will offer end-to-end services for data engineering and AML and data analytics. So it offers end-to-end services. But as a Snowflake developer, we will learn the services which are required for data cloud when cloud data engineering in Snowflake. So what are those services? We'll learn about storage services, storage service means S3. You all know simple storage, kind of data lake. And one more, compute. So compute will learn briefly when we are go into the course. So that is EC2. So compute is nothing but your CPU of your computer. The CPU you have in any laptop or any computer, right? So similar functionality here also will do. What it will do whenever you host any application, so it will offers the temporary storage to it, and it will process all your data whenever you are assigning any resource to it. So this compute power needed in every system, whether if it is in Snowflake we will call virtual warehouses. In AWS we'll call EC2 instance to host any particular application or data engineering job. So EC2 will learn. And then we have Lambda. Lambda function we will generally deal with whenever This allows you to write any code, any type of code in the cloud itself. So it will handle everything which are needed to write a code and to publish a code or anything, all kind of related software development activity you can able to perform using your Lambda. So this is also a compute capability which is related to your hosting your code, all type of codes. So this also we'll discuss as a part of our training. And we have databases inside Snowflake. The similar functionality of your RDBMS, right? What RDBMS will use in day-to-day activities in your job. Let's say MS SQL, we have store procedures, tables, views, and relationship inside and functions. So many of the things, aspects we have as part of RDBMS, right? So all the things will be handled in AWS by using database service. So we have RDS in this. Relational database. So it works similar to your MS SQL. It offers similar capabilities of your MS SQL software. So this is enough for the database service. And we have data movement, like data migration service. So in this we have, there are two major things, AWS Glue. So it is a ETL service. So all the ETL related activities, data extraction, transformation, loading, all these things can be done by using this particular service that we will explain in this course. And then we have Kinesis. So this is real-time data streaming. So majorly it's will be used in kind of big data streaming, right? In the video streaming, let's say Netflix is a correct example. In that, the data should always stream, right, without any interruptions. So in that cases, we'll use Kinesis from AWS. So Netflix is the perfect example for live streaming. So this will handle the real-time live streaming. Okay, so that service also will learn. And then we have analytics services which are offered by AWS. So these services, what are they? So we have Redshift. So it is also a cloud. It's also cloud data warehouse in AWS, which is similar functionality it will do as Snowflake. So that also will learn. Yeah. So these are the services which we learn in AWS, but whereas in Snowflake we learn all the end-to-end implementation in Snowflake, data engineering implementation in Snowflake. So all the services which we learn from the Snowflake, but in AWS, which are required for any cloud data engineering, where with any cloud data engineering in Snowflake will learn from AWS, but in Snowflake we'll learn end-to-end services. So that is about our brief explanation of our course, our training. So this is course details will explain. So this course also covers the basics of SQL, basics to advanced levels of SQL, because whenever you are working with any kind of Snowflake project, right, you always write SQL codes to any kind of activity, because there are certain SQL command, there are certain commands which are related to Snowflake, which we need you to understand the syntax, and the syntax is similar to your SQL, and the SQL queries which you are writing in the like in any thing, right, in Oracle or MS SQL. So that same SQL queries we need to write in our Snowflake, whether you need to create any store procedure function based on the activity needed. So because always we'll deal with the SQL language, right? So this course also will start with the SQL basics to advanced. So then after we'll slowly move on to the Snowflake, and then we'll cover in between the AWS services. So whenever we require, so we need to cover all these services in AWS. And then this course also will cover one of the major project for Snowflake implementation project. It also will cover. So this course is about 2 months, so which will cover Snowflake majorly, SQL, advanced plus AWS, services for cloud data engineering. So this is the course curriculum we have, and then this course, all the courses are live classes. So after the classes, the recordings will be provided to you, and then the course timings yet to decide. Mostly it will be in morning session. Mostly the course will be in morning session. This is all about course and timings. Yeah. So yeah, that's all about the demo. What we are going to discuss in our training and how our course will design. So this is mainly designed for cloud data engineering with the Snowflake, and it covers all your SQL topics and the Snowflake end-to-end in brief explanation of all the services which are there in Snowflake, and the services which we are required for Snowflake developer from any of the cloud platform. Like we in this course will cover the AWS services which are needed for cloud data engineering. So that we'll discuss in brief. So this is all about the course. Yeah, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. We'll discuss.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi.
Hi, sir. Dev here.
Yeah.
So after done this course, so I'm working in the SQL developer.
Yeah.
So after done this this course, uh, so when I will apply from this which position rather company? Can you
So
guide?
you already working as SQL developer, right? So you can
Yes, sir.
apply like senior data engineer. So there
Okay.
are, yeah, senior data engineer, or else you can, there are plenty of roles we have. One is senior data engineer.
Yes.
We have Snowflake developer, and cloud data engineer. So the cloud data engineer requires all your AWS services which are needed for data engineer. AWS plus they will expect SQL and any like Snowflake. So
Yes.
these things they will expect from cloud data engineer. So these three position majorly you can apply. You can also apply database admin role.
Okay.
So after this course, so these are the major as well as the developer related to SQL developer jobs related to SQL, Snowflake. So these jobs you can apply. So there are plenty of jobs. If you search senior data engineer or Snowflake developer in Naukri or any platform, so you will get many of the jobs related to these particular technologies in current market. So there you don't need to worry about the number of openings, because all the companies, as I mentioned, right, because the cloud is offering many of the services which are very faster and reliable. So many of the companies now they are transforming from traditional warehouses to cloud data warehouse. So because of that, you will get many of the projects in the market. So surely you will get one of these positions after the training, and maybe if you learn all like one of the technologies related to this, right? So you
Yes.
can surely get the related job. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. So is there any other doubts?
No, sir.
Yeah. 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 The course, the regular sessions and the dates at which the course will start will be informed by the admin team for now. So
Sir, timing can be 7 p.m. or 7:30.
7:30 evening, right?
No, no, no. Morning.
Oh yeah. Mostly the course timing will be on 7:30. Yeah.
Okay. No. So, if you are a batch for the night.
Currently, we are not having. Maybe this particular timing we need to decide and let you know.
Okay. Okay. No.
Yeah. So currently we are running one batch in the morning. So that is going on.
Okay. 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 See.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope you guys don't have any doubts. Yeah. The date at which this course will start will be informed by admin. So yeah, that's it for today's demo. We'll meet you in next demo. Thank you. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.